How about, can you guys hear me now? Man, let's hopefully it should be better. Let me know. Hmm. Anybody in the comments? Soundbar looked like it should be better. I don't know what was going on last time. Let's sit back here. Sound good, everybody? Good? No? Yes? All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Man, it's all good. Okay. It's funny as you guys see my shirt, and listen, life is funny and will give you lessons. As you can see from my shirt was supposed to be about, and the live today is about managing your emotions. That's why my shirt says today I feel, and I'm going to be honest, as I'm always on the channel, that was very aggravating because now I'm 20 minutes behind. Um, and so listen, so I guess I'll just make it part of the lesson. This is just shows you how easy even me myself when you preach something about anything in life. It's so easy to it's easy to dish out medicine, but when you have to take the medicine yourself, it's 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 difficult. But that's why I try to tell you guys about managing your emotions because I'm human too, and I know how difficult it could be. So hopefully the sound is still good, and or is good now, and we can move on. Man, I tell you. So like I was saying, and I'm hoping you guys are hearing me clearly, but I was saying how I was just so much news this morning. I already been, to be honest, a little stressed this morning, catching up on the news. It's not even catching up on the news, like just so much new news this morning, and that I wasn't even able to get to and pull up all my articles for. So I'm going to go. I mean, I don't even have my notes all the way together, but I got the tabs open. I'm going to talk about. But I got some very important stuff to talk about. Some stuff I'm going to reiterate, but as always, I try to give you guys examples, and so you just don't think it's me talking about stuff that I believe in or whatever my point of view is of the market. So anyway, uh, it's an exciting time. It is because we have definitely broken clean past the all-time high and past 70,000. Now we're at 72. Listen, like I always say, guys, don't think it doesn't mean we can't get it retraced or whatever. It's at 72. If we can get up to like 74, 75, 73, at least, that's good. It means we could probably trace to 70,500. But I believe we could stay over all-time high right now. But I don't have a crystal ball, and it's along the lines of some of the stuff I'm talking about today. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, not only for myself, but for you guys, I'm wanting to have the best news for you and the information, the alpha. So, like I said, I'm a little aggravated. I couldn't get all the stories together and stuff, but we're going to get through it. But let's talk about this. And this is the story I'm going to begin with today. I'm almost going to hold on. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I brought this story up not for this story. Is it okay? Um. So let me know in the comments if it's okay. But I brought the story because I was on Instagram and just looking through some stuff this week. And as I keep telling you guys, I'm gonna go through a lot of these fast, though, but you're still early because the comments I saw about Bitcoin still to this day is like a lot of people really don't understand. So these are going to be the people that are going to FOMO into the market and try to get good entries later, whatever. Because a lot of people are like it'd be stupid to buy at 69,000. These people seem like they didn't even know really about the market. Like some of the people who are bears in the market, it was like it's stupid. It's going to go back to 15,000 like it did last time. And so you don't realize how ahead of people you really are in the market, and how early we are. But like I said, this was 2017. It said, let's be real, Bitcoin is useless. It's a useless investment. So at the 2017 cycle, at the 2021, and now we're in this cycle. Now there's people who are still talking like this, that still believe this stuff. You even had, if you're in the space, you know that Kevin O'Leary, or better known as Mr. Wonderful to some people, he was bearish on Bitcoin. He said a lot of bad stuff about Bitcoin and crypto early on. The thing about it, we still have these articles around, and I'm not trying to be petty and like make fun of Kevin O'Leary or whatever, but it just shows you that those same people who were saying that, and that was Wall Street Journal, that first article, if you guys don't know. But the same people who are saying the crazy stuff that I saw on Instagram. I mean, some of it was just outrageously crazy. The point of view that people had on crypto and not realizing how, yes, we're here to make money right now, and it's still very speculative, but there's a lot of real world use cases for it, and they're definitely coming, and we're definitely all going to be using it, and we're going to be using it in a way that it's just going to be a part of your day to day life. And I'm not even talking about in the ways that we can make money in the markets. I'm not talking about that, but uh, but yeah, you see how Kevin O'Leary has changed his tune. He's got his own projects he's invested in, a lot of projects he's bullish on. So these people definitely would change their mind. Gosh, I just so many articles. But anyway, and so this one, like I said, I'm not in my notes, but big apparently for a brief moment, or probably still, it has passed the market cap of silver. So the more this kind of information comes out, the more they see about the ETFs and the other things that show how bullish Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is, more people are going to start to flock into space. Like I said, I think Bitcoin broke 72,000 before the markets even opened this morning in the states. So that's even better because, like a lot of people said, a lot of people are trying to front run the markets because they know when markets are opening that the money is going to flow into the ETFs. But that's the benefit that you have being on the channel, being in crypto early, being in Patreon, to know these types of things. Like the traditional investors can't invest on the weekends like you can at 3 o'clock in the morning. They have to wait till the market's open if they want to put their money into the Bitcoin ETF. And so yeah, so Bitcoin surpassed the market cap of silver, which is really good. I'm gonna bring this up again. I'm gonna talk about it real quick, and I'm gonna go through it because I talk about it all the time. Listen, stop trying to trade. Stop trying to stop trading. Stop leveraging and all that stuff because this is $346 million worth of liquidations due to people trying to leverage trade. Everybody thinks they know what's going to happen. Like I say, on Instagram, people in the market say it's 69,000. It's um oh the I don't know what's going on. Somebody said the sound is still. I don't know what's going on with the sound. It shouldn't be anything wrong. I'll double check it later. But is it okay? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Let's get through this one. We'll get to it. Um, but so yeah, there's a lot of money that's been liquidated in the market. So I don't try to leverage trade. And I don't recommend anybody else trying to do it because you can lose a lot of money this way. Um, I'm hoping this technical stuff is not too rough because it definitely got some information we want to get to. So it says day five of an all-time high for Monero. And if people don't know, Monero is what people use. That you can buy Monero and you can see your transactions where it's not trackable on the blockchain. And so, not to be too long about the story, but what this pretty much means to me um, is that there's a lot of big money coming into the space, and they don't want people to see where their money is moving. Now you have the ETFs like that. I think that they're keeping theirs visible, but you have a lot of big money coming into the space, and they're trying to like hide their transactions. They don't want people to see the big moves that they're making. So it's just another metric, whether you know it or not. This is very bullish news, just showing how much money is coming into the market. It said it's been 140,000 or 141,000 transactions in just one day. So if you're here last cycle, you know how Monero kind of plays in the market to show kind of the bullishness of the market. So, but if you're new, it's a metric that a lot of people keep up with, and which is this story piggybacks what I was just saying. There's large corporations, just put it simple, large corporations mine into Bitcoin. But like I said, with the Kevin O'Leary, other people who were bearish on Bitcoin and saying that it was useless, people are going to be FOMOing into Bitcoin. They FOMO into Bitcoin just like traditional retail investors who are individuals. I saw one fund manager, oh, excuse me, one retired fund manager speaking the other day. And like I said, guys, man, even when you see me not in Patreon all the time, I'm always studying crypto, studying the markets to see what's going on. And sometimes I watch stuff that may be boring, but it lets you kind of know what's going on in the market. Um, but the retired fund manager was saying, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he was like a lot of these fund managers. A lot of people look up to them because they control a lot of money or whatever it may be. But he was saying that a lot of them don't even know what they're doing. And he's saying this from a person who was a fund manager. Um, all kinds of stuff going on today. But he's saying this from the point of view of somebody who was a fund manager, and he was saying that really it's just the top fund managers that know what they're doing. A lot of the other ones on the 50% and below level don't know what they're doing. So these are the people, the same people that are saying Bitcoin is a bad investment, it's not real. They're going to be the fund managers that are going to be panicking and getting their investors into Bitcoin or whatever. And if they lose money, they're going to try to make it up for the investors some type of way. But there's a lot of big money coming into Bitcoin. Really early. I can't stress how much that is. This isn't well. I'll skip this article, but it's just showing how there's a lot of USDT being minted or printed right now for people to use. Now I'm gonna talk about this just because it's a big story, but I don't want to dwell on it too long. But this is optimism around the spot Ethereum ETF approval is waning down. So yeah, that's why I say this is a thing that can, once again, like my T-shirt, this is one of those things that can cause you to be emotional in the market and stuff. And so a lot of people watching this chart, they're making moves on this chart, which I don't even think is the bet. It's not even, you're not even watching like the spot volume or spot prices or whatever. Like some people are using this chart to trade the markets or whatever. If you want to trade, that's up to you. I tell you guys all the time, I don't trade. I buy trees and we hold it, and you wait for the money to flow to you. I have to check my portfolio this morning. I'm pretty sure it should be doing pretty well. But yeah, some people are using this chart, whether people are bullish on the ETF approval or not. It's not something that I would. Okay, now I have my articles over here. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between my articles and the skinny notes that I kind of wrote because I didn't get a chance to write my notes all the way out. Oh, wait, one more thing. So this is speaking of institutional investors. This is people that are buying like we have the BTC Trust or whatever. These are people buying the Grayscale Trust in Solana. If you don't realize, this is how we talk about people FOMO. And let me check the price of Solana right now. So I'm gonna give you guys a visual just so you see I'm not talking. Let me pull this up real quick. I was studying hard this morning trying to get you guys information. So right now, the Solana price where you can buy it is $146, right? $146. These people are willing to pay a premium just to get exposure to Solana. They're paying $548. This is real stuff, y'all. This is not fake. This is not made up. This is real stuff that people are doing. They wanted the exposure to crypto so bad. These are the same people who probably said you were stupid or whatever. They're paying $548 for something that's actually $140. So when I tell you guys, you're like, oh, but it's sitting still and the money's not coming into the market and whatever. Trust me, the FOMO is going to hit so hard, you guys are not going to be ready, which is why you got to control your emotions or whatever in this market. Just like I had a huge lesson in control of my emotions this morning because apparently I'm still kind of having rough volumes. What my lady was telling me. Hopefully you guys are hearing me clear enough. I'm sorry that if it's bumpy, I will try to get it fixed and make sure it's working out. But let me bounce over to my notes real quick, even though they're not fully clear. I'm gonna say this again. I'm going to keep saying it to you guys because you may come on the stream one day, you may miss it, or maybe you need to be reminded. And I pulled this up for a reason. I'll get to it in a minute. Guys, I don't have a crystal ball. I study the markets. I can help find you good plays in the Patreon. And as you guys have been seeing, we've been finding a lot of good ones. We've been finding some before other people. Um, I'm gonna make a couple of quick points here. Um, but nobody knows how this market is about to work. Okay. Um, I see a lot of people. They might smile through it when they're talking about it, or they might do whatever. I keep saying we're going to talk about this individually. A lot of people are afraid and don't know where this market is right now. Now, this stuff is important that I'm about to talk about. Okay. They don't know what the market's doing. So people are moving differently, y'all. They're moving. Um, so one point of view that a lot of people are having, I'm not saying this is my point of view. I know it's going to probably hard to keep up with this here. So a lot of people are so scared of where we are in the market that they are starting to act like they were in late 2021, April, June of 2021, heading into the end of the cycle. And one thing that I see people doing, if you don't know, you don't know because you haven't been in crypto long enough. What people start doing when they think we are um, a market top or we're about to have a big altcoin run. And I keep using time because it's important. Like so, this would be like April of 2020, which would be the last year of the cycle. Spring of April 2021, fall of 2021. And so what I see people doing now, I'm trying to tell y'all, they're doing two things. They're shilling straight garbage because they know you're going to FOMO because you believe in them because they may be a big influencer. But what they're doing is they're trying to get quick gains on the micro caps, the smaller caps, or nano caps. They're trying to get quick gains so they can throw it into plays that they're waiting to come out, or the plays that are already on the market. Because even though people are not telling you, a lot of people are afraid that the projects that they're waiting for to come out is going to be too late. I know at least two or three that I'm really bullish on that are probably not coming out till later this summer, or really, I know one of them is supposed to be coming out next fall or this coming fall. So there's gonna be people shilling stuff to you, and I know y'all gonna have a lot of questions. And listen, I told people I was gonna raise the price on the Patreon. That's why I went ahead and raised it. I was gonna raise it later, but I went ahead and raised it now because it's gonna get hectic in the Patreon with a lot of questions. A lot of new people are gonna start coming into Patreon. And so I'm not, we gotta be quiet outside. I'm not saying Mir is trash, okay? So there's two things. People are shielding trash, and they're treating you who don't know well like this is the middle or the top of the cycle. So what's happening is they're doing what you're supposed to be planning to do later. These people are already up on Mir, maybe 80, 100%. And I've seen people straight up say, like, hey, this is a safe trade. Like, let's get 4 or 5x on this. But they're shilling it to you because even if it does another double X, they made their 200x, and they're probably going to dump it and get out. I'm not saying Near is not a good project. Yes, Lorenzo knows that Near has connection to AI and NVIDIA and Render and all this stuff, and the AI conference is coming up. But y'all got to realize the game is being played on you. Near's at 7 billion market cap right now. Like you don't tell somebody come on the stream right now and tell me when I've shielded Celestia to you after and I think Celestia still has room to run. But I don't come on here shilling Celestia to you because I know I'm already up on Celestia. I try to help you find your Celestia or projects you can make games on. I'm trying to tell you guys, don't fall for this. Be people that you trust, people with a lot of influence in the space. Can Mir do maybe a 4, 5, 10x from here? I would say that's a possibility. But don't let people push this to you like it's the next best thing to put your money into. Um, man, I just don't know what to tell you. I'm telling you right now, I don't know where the cycle is. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm trying to play it the safest way as possible, getting stuff early. I may not miss the stuff that's going to pump on the video conference and the bigger AI coins and the renders and that stuff like that. I'm sitting in position for money to flow back into my altcoins. As I always preach to you guys, if we're shooting for 100, 200x on our entire portfolios. But if you get the 50x, don't be stupid because we don't know how this market is working. I saw three people that I watched this weekend, and I watched their streams. I tried to catch up, and all of them were smiling when they were saying it, but they're scared, y'all. We all don't know what this market is. Everybody's being afraid of being caught at the end of the cycle, like they were last time. A lot of big streamers were caught at the cycle last time. This may sound boring to you, but if you remember this information in your mind, you're either going to think about the trade that somebody shipped to you, or you're going to come and ask me a question, or whoever you trust in the market. Like, hey, what do you think? It's going to be a lot of questions coming from you guys, and I know it. Um, but yeah, this whole I see a lot of people doing this. Yeah, Nvidia Near. A lot of people got in Near last cycle. Their eggs got dumped in their head. If you probably don't remember, but I've watched enough streams from people from them telling me, yeah, Near got dumped on my head. I thought it was going here. I thought this play was going here. So what they're doing now is pumping their bags up. And they're also, like I said, they're pumping just straight garbage, straight trash. Like, hey, look at this AI play. And they throw 100,000 in and they make a quick 3 or 4x. They got $500,000 to throw in something else. Y'all got to be careful, man. Everybody who is let me say this. For one, this is a dog eat dog market. Somebody has to lose for somebody to win. But right now, where a lot of influencers were coming in slow and they was like working their way into that dog eat dog stuff, like where they was gonna, shill garbage to you, they're just like, you know what? Maybe I need to start shilling garbage right now because I don't even know, because none of us know. Nobody has the crystal ball. I hate to say it, but right now it's looking like institutional investors might be in a little bit more control. So when people are smiling to you and saying they got the alpha, even when they have the alpha, you got to know everybody's scared right now. Nobody knows what's going on, but you got to control your emotions. Get into plays early; they're going to be good. I said something to somebody this morning. How I think I know I put it on the stream. That's the thumbnail. I don't know how small it is, but I have on the thumbnail with the two buttons. One is looking like a genius and investing in something under 100 million cap market cap and hoping that 1,000x's or whatever. You gotta. I'm gonna jump to another point. You gotta realize that's what a lot of people are doing. They're hoping they can 1,000x and they're hoping they look like a genius. I'm not trying to do that. I told you 80% of my plays are going to be the stuff that I know is going to be the most hype projects in the space. So therefore, I may have something that somebody else is talking about. I don't care. That means we're all hype on it. They're going to be shilling. I'm going to be talking about it. They're going to be talking about it. The grandma's going to be talking about it. 20 to 15 to 20% of my plays will be stuff that I'm trying to dig and find that nobody else is looking at that I feel like they're going to find out about later. I don't have to look like the genius. I don't care. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to look like the most genius person or whatever that I found. I do talk about, yeah, I found it before this person, whatever, but that's not my sole goal here. My sole goal is to make money, get my Patreon members into early plays. So I saw, I'm not, and I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to be in competition with nobody, but I'm tell you what I know. I've seen a lot of people like, hey, we're up on this play. But when you say it, you're saying it like, whew, like you didn't even know. You didn't have enough conviction that play to know that it was going there. You just kind of like feel like a genius now that it has done that. But you didn't really know. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Tell me if I'm lying. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know the people I'm talking about. If a person you're in their Patreon and they're bullish on a play and they know what they're talking about and they have conviction, why did they tell you about it? They told you to get into the play, right? They told you to get into it, but then they told you to dump it later because whatever reason. But then the project ends up pumping. You don't need to be in the Patreon that's doing it. And listen, I don't give a crap. You don't have to get in my Patreon. This is not about that. What I'm trying to say is you need to protect yourself. You don't need to be somewhere where they're like, yeah, get in it. It's bullish. It's going 100x. And you're like, no, dump it, get out of it, sell it. And then it goes on to do a 200x. You're like, but wait, you told me to get into it. Then you told me to get out. Which one is it? That's because these people are trying to look like geniuses. When they tell you to get in stuff early, they don't even know if it's going to go. They don't have conviction in it. When I tell you to get into something and it starts dumping, in the Patreon, do I say sell, sell, sell? I'm like, no, my conviction is still there. If it goes down 3x or 2x, no, my conviction is still there. I think it still would play. I would still buy some more. I know what I'm investing in. I have conviction in it. That's where you need to be. If you don't get in anybody's Patreon, mine or no one else's, as an individual investor, you need to have conviction in your plays. You don't need to be guessing and wondering and hoping that this 300,000 market cap does 1,000x. You need to know, even if it's a 300,000 market cap, you're not only investing in it because it's a 300,000 market cap. You're investing in it because you actually have conviction in it and you feel like it's actually going somewhere. I've seen people tell like as early as last week. I heard somebody they told their group to yeah, we're going to sell this thing and take profits. I'm no longer bullish on it. And then um I think it did like a 5x, and for them that probably would have been 100x. But people don't have that conviction. They don't really know what they're talking about in the market. You got very few people that have the information to know where it's going. Some of the big influencers for the smaller side is probably going to protect you guys because we're going to get you in projects in early. Listen, let me tell you, it's not my cousin, it's not my friend. We didn't play basketball together. So when I tell you, I feel like, my group, EA, which is everything altcoin, um, I can't say with too much conviction with too many of the other smaller or bigger groups. Because you got to realize the bigger groups are going to show you stuff they already been in, um, that they're already up on. They got in private sales or whatever. You got to be in the right groups. Because just as we don't know where the cycle is going, these other people do not know. They can lie to you all day, tell you what alpha they have. Yes, she called me y'all. Did something happen? It's good. These people don't know. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, you come to the stream waiting for plays, but I'm trying to tell y'all this is the stuff y'all need to know. Um, so I'm not saying near as bad, y'all. But what I'm trying to say is people got near last cycle. They got themselves. They're up hundreds of X's. So just be careful, y'all. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have my notes together to say this the way I wanted to say it, but you guys got to know what's going on. I'm gonna go back to something. Let me say this real quick. Oh, this is important. I should have said this first. Listen to this one, guys. I've already seen it. Listen, y'all. Dencun upgrade. It's a Dencun upgrade. However you want to pronounce it. Dencun. Dencun is not a token. Do not invest in anything that you see as a Dencun token, Dencun blockchain. Anything that you say that says Dencun, I'm going to probably guarantee you that is not a real token. You should not invest. I don't care if it's Dencun meme coin. It's probably something that's going to dump on your head. Once again, Dencun is not a token. Dencun is an upgrade that's happening to Ethereum in 2 days on March 13th. And just to blow through it real quick, I don't know where I'm at the time. Dencun is an upgrade that helps the layer twos like ZK Sync and Optimism and Arbitrum and Polygon. It helps them have cheaper fees. on the layer twos. As far as I know right now, I might be lacking the alpha. I don't mind. But as far as I know, it does not help the fees on Ethereum blockchain itself as the layer one, but it does help the fees on the layer two. Like I said, CKC, Optimism, Arbitrum, Matic, all that kind of stuff or whatever. So it is an upgrade that's happening in the 2 days for Ethereum. I don't know. I don't know if I have time to get into the tech, but let's see if I can say something. So, okay, much right now, when you make transactions, it uses this thing called call data. And I'm not going to get too deep, but pretty much with the call data, what happens is, it's still like it handles the transaction on the layer two, but it still like stores the data on the layer one or whatever, or Ethereum, or whatever. It still keeps it on the blockchain, or whatever, and it keeps that information forever. So if you have like a computer, like your computer has RAM, right? But if your RAM starts to get too full, your computer starts to slow down. That's why people want computers or phones with more RAM. But you can clean out your RAM, clean out your cache or whatever, whatever. But with Dencun, the blobs or whatever, when the blobs they can hold more information. But with the blobs, it just holds it temporarily. So it's like only using your RAM temporarily to remember or to hold the memory of whatever the transaction was after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it dumps it off. And so the RAM, you can use the full, I'm using an analogy, but you can use your full power of your RAM again. So it's no longer holding it indefinitely or forever on chain. It uses the information however it needs to keep it after the transaction is done. It's kind of going on for a while. But anyway, that kind of explains the Dencun upgrade. Sorry for the techies who I didn't probably explain it to the level that you want me to explain it at, but that's pretty much what the Dencun is. It's going from using call data to blobs. So if you see that kind of information, you'll kind of know what that information is. I'm ticked off because I'm 20 minutes late, so I can't get in deep in this stuff like I want to. I already talked about the ETF, people trading the ETF approval thing and watching that chart. Um, oh, hmm, where was I exactly going with that? Um, so I'll use this as an example. So there's some things that you want to have like your own alpha and your own knowledge, right? But there's times you can't be too smart. You got to follow the sentiment of the market. And I really was trying to talk about the bullish, but I'm going to talk about the bears. So a lot of people are saying like, oh, Bitcoin's reaching all-time high. It's going to retrace. But if the entire market is bullish about the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, and you're still trying to short the market, that's not smart. Because you can be the smartest person in the room, but you got to look at what everybody else is doing. Just like if you're super bullish on a project that you think is really good, sometimes the market is late catching up to that project, and sometimes it's just never going to happen. So you gotta kind of use both of these things when you're deciding what to invest in. Um, Here's another thing. This is still good. I always talk about perspective stuff, y'all. So you have a lot of people who are trying to create content. Like, okay, everybody's bullish on the Bitcoin ETFs. So if I'm a contrarian to that, that's going to make my views pump. So what? Listen, y'all can keep that stupid stuff. Y'all can keep all that. I don't have to have the hot takes. I don't have to have the whatever. I'm trying to find my thing in my Patreon. Find good plays early. Find good plays early that you can make X's on. Y'all can have all that argumentative stuff. Like I see a lot of people doing that. Well, I'm gonna make trade content to capo. And then so you don't even realize that they're just trying to make hot takes or whatever. So you go start investing in or going off their investing thesis because it seems like it's a hot take or whatever. Listen, don't get caught up in all that trash, y'all, because there's nothing but garbage. There's nothing but something to keep you distracted. I had something else I want to talk about, but I didn't get my notes together on that. But yeah, with these influencers, everybody's trying to get the most views. They're trying to YouTube channel or their Twitters or whatever. So you get caught up into that stuff. This is a very important point that I brought up again. Listen, I saw another one. I'm not, I could say what it, I don't know who's trying to trade it. I'll let them handle that. But it's a play that's coming out. Yeah, this week is coming out. Very bullish on it. I like the tech and all that kind of stuff. But once again, this is not like it's looking like this thing is like launching at like $3 billion valuation, and I was really bullish on it. I haven't talked about it. I haven't heard many people talk about it. Not to say I'm the all-knowing guy, or whatever, but um, it's kind of like Dimension, where I was really bullish on it, but then it launched too high. Dimension launched at like 1 billion. This one is I think launching at like 3 billion. So once again, guys, this ain't last cycle. So for all those people like I was in here last cycle, therefore I think I can make a channel and teach people about crypto. Like I'm gonna say this in the best way I can. When I came in, I said the same thing. I've been through a couple cycles, and therefore I can help people, right? Which was true. But in the midst of helping people and knowing what I was talking about, I also realized that a lot is changing, and I got to change my points of views myself. I got to look at stuff differently. A lot of the plays that I was hoping to get people in are launching too high for them to get those astronomical gains. Now, listen, if they do underdex and we have that much money in the market, as I always say, that just means that the small altcoins and stuff we're in are going to have more money flowing into them or whatever. Yeah, this play I was really feeling, but it's gonna look like it's look like to know. I can't pout about it and be like trying to find a way to FOMO in when it launches or a week later. It's just too high. Go find something else. So I'm looking at this cycle as the cycle of go find something else. Like even all the research I've done and I've got notes and docs of stuff on. Every day I find myself scratching stuff off. So even this weekend, I was looking at a lot of plays, trying to keep up with the Discord, look what stuff was at, look at what the funding was, look at what fundraising they were doing, and it's just like this game is going to be a little harder. So, like I said, for people who think they just played last cycle and they got lucky on some meme coins and they decided to make a channel, let me tell y'all, some of them, let me be honest, I know two or three of them. I honestly can't say anything bad about. I feel like they're nice guys, very humble, you know, but they're not keeping up. And I can see it in their faces. I can see it in some of their lacks of making more videos every day that they're like, oh, dang, like this ain't, uh, I felt good because I had hindsight on last cycle, but they're even realizing like, oh no, nah, man, this is no. I feel like they probably would stop if they already had people at their patrons or whatever. And I don't even think three of these guys are the type to be abusing people at their Patreon. I feel like I said, I feel like they have good hearts or whatever. But yeah, this ain't that game. This ain't the game of just because I was in last cycle, I know what I'm doing. I'm studying every day. And like I said, that's why I raised the price of the Patreon because I have a lot of questions now. And so I'm gonna say, I say it on stream, I say it in the Patreon. If I'm not answering you right away, trust and believe that I'm doing the best for me and you because I'm probably off studying or looking at something somewhere. On the weekends, I do realize that I may only have my Saturdays and my Sunday mornings or whatever. I don't know how to have it. I may only have my Saturdays and my Sunday mornings because I might have to buckle down Sunday afternoon and just get back in there and start studying. It's crazy. I can't even tell you all the stuff I've just seen in the last from waking up 5 o'clock this morning or whatever time I woke up this morning. Just in the last couple of hours, I'm just like, okay, when I get off the stream, it's gonna be stupid crazy, just like trying to figure out what's going on. Man, I'm ranting a little bit still with it, but I already talked about the Monero. Um, yeah, and I already talked about the same people that told you get in the trade and they told you to get out, and then you're like, man, y'all, they told me to sell it, and then they did the 10x because they didn't have conviction. Trust and believe in my Patreon. If I give you a play, it's only one of them that I think I talked about this. That I feel like we got in. We got in this play like literally. I know it sounds crazy because it sounds contradicting to what I said, but we got in this play at 100,000 market cap. And but what happened is people started talking about it, and they started kind of rushing into their development. And so yeah, I think I think everybody's right took their initials out, so it's cool to ride or whatever. But I just hope they don't rush it and just do stuff the right way. But other than that, I feel like all the plays I've given, like, yeah, I'm still bullish on it, no matter what the price movement has been. I think most of them, the price movement has been pretty good. But even for, I think we have one that's went down like 2 or 3x. But I'm still very bullish on it. I think it still has a lot of tremendous upside, and people are waiting to, they're waiting to do their marketing or whatever. But also, I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna get to the comments. But what a lot of people are realizing when I'm studying the discourse this morning and this weekend, a lot of them are like, "Hey, I know we were launching our token in July and August, but do you think we should go ahead and launch it now? Do you think we should push this up?" Some people have went as far as like asking the people in the Discord, like, "Hey, what do you guys think about this?" and changing the vesting schedules on some of them. I've been seeing all kinds of stuff. So trust and believe. Everybody wants to make money, but nobody knows what's going on. So don't let nobody tell you that they know what's going on because we all figuring it out a day at a time, taking it a moment at a time. God, I wish I had more notes. I still feel like it's good information. I wish I had more notes put together, but I was studying up to the last minute stuff to get you guys, to tell you guys where are we at, and it was pretty decent at the time. Let me get to some of these comments, and um, I may talk about some of this other stuff here. Let me get to the comments. Sorry about the technical difficulties and stuff. So get your questions in the comments. I'm about to go through the comments, whatever questions you have about, maybe it's a project or where the market is or whatever, if I haven't covered it already. Yeah. Oh, no. Well, let me say this one last thing. Let me say this one last thing. This is actually really big. So, I didn't have my notes together, so I couldn't remember what to talk about. So, guys, I've been telling you, I say on the channel, I say it in Patreon a lot of times. I'm gonna say it on stream. A lot of these AI plays are just made up trash, but they're gonna pump because you have the right influencers behind them. But I know for a fact that they're made up projects, and when I say I know for a fact, I know for a fact a lot of these are made up projects. I told you, I see one now that's it's been really crazy. They've been trying to launch it. Sometimes I get bored. I'll be watching the Twitter, and sometimes I go in like little rooms and stuff, and I see them like hinting at different projects. And there's one that they're trying to make up, and it might fly. I don't know, but I still can't invest in this stuff. But yeah, people are like, hey, if people gonna pump in whatever's AI, let's go make a project and let's get together. And I'm telling you, I've been watching this one particular one, and I know what I'm talking about. I see more influencers starting to follow it or whatever because they're trying to get more people on board to pump it or whatever. Y'all gotta be careful with these AI plays. But anyway, so with the AI plays, a lot of the AI plays are pumping because we have the AI conferences. This AI conference that's coming up in the video, whatever, and I think Render is having one also, and so they've been inviting some projects too, and it's on the 18th. But what nobody's talking about is the gaming is going to be pumping too, because we have a gaming conference coming up on March 18th through the 22nd as well. Excuse me, the gaming developer conference is coming up. So listen, I think gaming can get the same type of pump. But my thing is, I even say it with the cycle moving faster. I don't need my plays to move right now. I know eventually they're going to move when they move, and we're going to already be in position. That's the best thing I could tell people is already be in position. You don't want to be getting into position later. But anyway, let's get to these comments. And hopefully the comments are lining up on stream as well as how they're lining up in my streaming software. If I mix your comment, hopefully I don't miss any comments. I still don't know how to say your name correctly, man. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's Kaju or Kahu. I'm not sure how to say it. Forgive me. But he said, hi, hey, what's up? William said, what's up, Zoe? What's up, man? How you doing? Lexadon said, yes, sir. Morning, Zoe. Good morning to you as well. Magic Mark said, all good. I think you were talking about the audio. Sorry about those technical difficulties. I really don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Between batteries, that's the only thing I can keep up with. Sometimes there's a little shortages and stuff. But sorry about that. Precarious said, yes, better. Werner said, hi, Zoe. Hey there. Chuck LeMaine said, morning, Zoe. Tad Ape said, good morning, good morning. It's a lot of good mornings today. So, yeah. But good morning, you guys. I appreciate that. So hopefully you guys have got some comments or maybe statements, point of views or whatever. Say said, if I take the beginning of that sentence sounded, taking out loans for crypto, man. Let me read your full comment first. He said, if I take out a 10K loan from bank and ROI of 10% per annum invest in crypto and coins suggested by you, how many X's can I make? Will this strategy work or not? Oh man, listen. Even when I get picks, we supposed to say the whole not financial advice thing. It's plays that I think are bullish that I like, that I feel are really good. And if you so choose to invest in them, then that's on you. It's your decision. You click the button. Now, as far as it's taking out a loan, sir, that's up to you. A lot of people would advise against it unless you know what you're doing. Now, me, I probably would be stupid enough to do that because I'm the one finding the plays. It's on me. I'm going to take out. Listen, just like anything, I'm going to take out as much as I'm willing to lose, as much as I'm willing to pay back. So anything, whether you're investing your cash, your USDT, it's got to be as much as you are willing to lose. This is on no one else. So I would say I wouldn't advise to take out a loan if you don't have that much conviction and you know exactly what you're doing. I feel like my plays are going to do well. I can answer that part of the question. I feel like my plays are going to do well. That's why I invested in them. Before I was taking out a loan, I don't know, my guy. I don't know what to tell you there. I can't advise you to do that. That's all up to you. That's all up to you. How much ever you're willing to lose and pay back. Yeah. Xiao said, but isn't the point of being ahead to not know who? Wait a minute. But isn't the point of being ahead to not know who is behind? Man, you coming on here with the with the Mr. Miyagi quotes. Listen, like I said, let me tell you. Okay, let me say it this way. My thing is the projects that I know are going to be bullish. One of my main things is knowing that a project is going to be bullish and other influencers are going to be bullish on it. VCs are going to push it. But the thing with my channel is to have this information earlier and tell it to you earlier than bigger channels will, or other channels, period. Because I know a lot of channels, even when they're waiting for a retracement, right? They'll say a project launches, they'll wait for the retracement, they'll buy it first, and then they'll tell the Patreons. Tell them in the comments how many times of these projects we've bought together. I think we've bought right now. I think we've bought 3 projects together. And matter of fact, I think all of them are, really. But the thing is, I know, a lot of people saying, okay, Zoe, what did you invest in? So a lot of times I will, and it's not like I buying some huge gadungus bag that y'all just pumping my bags after I buy it, right? But I think 3 to 4 of the projects we literally have bought together. I think 2 of them, if not 3 of them, members in my Patreon have bought them before I have. Like, we're on the market at the same time. Like, all right, I'm about to buy this play, guys. Buy alert, right? Then we go to buy it, and some of them like, hey, I got it. I'm still over there trying to get my allocation to it. So that's what my Patreon is to. Like, I'm helping everybody. We get in at the same time. It's not gonna hurt that some of you guys like get in a couple of seconds before me. We pretty much get in at the same time, the same price. But so yeah, I'm trying to get in those projects that I already have done research on for months, that I know VCs, influencers are going to pump the crap out of these things. And I'm just getting the information to you before those bigger influencers say, hey, I got a bag of this. So a lot of times y'all may ask about a project like, hey man, it's not moving. I don't know. Oh, trust me, they got the bag. They're just waiting to talk about it. Whether they're accumulating, because that's what other people do. They accumulate before you. So they're accumulating. As long as that price stays down, they're going to accumulate. They've been accumulating for 4 months. Then they're going to tell their Patreon, hey, yeah, let me slow this down. Let me break this down to you how it really happens. So say a project comes out. The influencer may have already got a bag of it in a pre or private sale, right? But say the price of it might be down on the market. It may be at 2 cents. And the influencer is saying, dang, it's sitting at 2 cents. Well, let me accumulate this. Whether they have a paycheck that's coming in every week or whether it's from Patreon money, right? And so they say, hey, this thing is sitting down here. I'm gonna get 4,000 in. Wait, it's still sitting there? I'm gonna get 4,000 next week. Okay, cool. Wait, the price is still sitting at 2 cents? I'm gonna get another 4,000 next week. So they're accumulating. Then they still want to tell you they got in on the bottom though. So if they see the price moving, I was like, dang, it's at 4 cents now. I want to be early and tell my group that I was in early and I got them in early, but they've been accumulating at 2 cents, remember? But so at 4 cents, which is it's still early though, right? They'll tell you at 4 cents to go ahead and get a bag of it, guys. It's a great entry, but they got a huge bag of it now because they've been accumulating before you. I don't do that to my members. I do it when it's at the bottom. I'm like, hey guys, this is the bottom price. This is why I'm buying in at. So let's get in on this price. I don't wait till I 2x or even 3x. I'm telling you guys like right away in my Patreon when I'm getting in. So anyway, after I do all that, then I say 15 to 20% of my projects are projects that I know that are under the radar that I think are going to pump. Other influencers may not know about it yet, but when they do find out about it, I know they're going to be bullish on it. So like, again, I'm not trying to be all seeing, all knowing, but for 15 to 20% of my picks, maybe 25%, I will do that. But the other 75, 80%, I'm telling you stuff that I know everybody's going to be bullish on early. That was quite a rant, but that's what happens in mine. Irene said, hello. Hello, Irene. How you doing? Fly said cross 72. Yeah, I can't say we're going to stay above the 72, but what I will say is, let me go back and look at the chart. I do feel like when we get these Monday pumps, when the market first opens for the week, that we usually stay above whatever that level is. So 11, that would be the fourth. That would be the fourth. That would be the fourth. So on the fourth, the opening on the fourth, we pumped up to like the 66, 65K range. Now everybody got scared when we got to this all time. Wait, you guys can see the screen, right? Yeah, you can see it. Let me try to blow this up some more. Okay, that's enough. So when we on the 4th of last week, which was the last Monday, when the markets opened on that Monday, we pumped up to the 65, 66,000 range, right? But a lot of people did get scared, right? Wait, where's the drop at? Where's the drop? Let me go back out. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back out. So when we got that drop, because everybody's like, oh, it's all-time high or whatever, when we got up here to the all-time high. And so we dumped down to maybe 62 or whatever, but we still stayed above that 66 range. So what I'm saying is I'm thinking maybe what we open at, if we open it on this Monday at the 70, that it may stay above this this 70,000 range or whatever. I can't say it's gonna stay above 72, but hopefully we stay there. So I said it's time to check. Yeah, my voice was breaking up. I'm gonna check on that later. So hopefully it's clear now. Eddie Rose said, "Happy BTC all time high, everyone." Yes, seriously, like because I'm telling you, Twitter was talking crazy. It was like, "Oh, it's gonna dump its all time high," and like I said last week, a lot of people they literally believe like if you can only sell a candy bar, like nobody's gonna pay more than 100, I mean $1 for a candy bar. They see 69,000 is that for Bitcoin. And so everybody was saying that on Instagram that didn't know what they were talking about. Like, yeah, it's about to dump back to $15,000 because that's I saw somebody said that's the restart point. I was like, what? What is this? A video game? Like you don't respawn? Like they was literally saying it like that. Like it's gonna go back to 15,000 because that's what it's supposed to do. I was like, okay. And everybody was believing it because this guy on this Instagram, he had like some financial channel. Okay, somebody asked something in the Discord. But yeah, he had this like financial channel, but it wasn't crypto focused. He wasn't deep in the crypto world, and they were believing him. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, man, I should have caught it. Like, I should have got in. I was like, what? And so these people, they're gonna FOMO in late. Anyway, Fly said, just be patient, guys. This is wild that we haven't even made it to the halving. Yeah, to be honest, I might have to speed up my exit strategy. I'm telling you, every day and every week, we're going to have to talk about it because I'm not going to even pretend I know. I told you guys what the regular cycle looks like, but we don't know if that's going to look like that. Chuckleman said, looking at your past picks, would you recommend waiting for price to fall back to previous price targets you put out or just buying the current price? You will have to ask me in the Patreon, like exact picks. You have to let me know exact picks. But some of them that I think you might be talking about, I don't know about a big retracement on those picks because I feel like we're in really good picks. I feel like my lady just said something. I'm not sure, but it looks like everything's good on the stream. But yeah, I don't know about the retracement. Oh, EA was on here. What's up, EA? I don't know. He probably stepped in for a minute and walked back out. He said, I saw you on BMF. Oh yeah, man, they cut my scenes short. I think I got one or two more episodes, but I'm kind of annoyed. That scene was much shorter than it was supposed to be. But it's all good. It's how it works sometimes. We're gonna see what happens. But I do my own film and TV stuff too, my well. So I'm more focused on producing my own stuff. But appreciate the shout out, man. Yeah, trying to do my thing. Fly said, Ken, let me go to this other tab. I'm gonna have to let me go to this tab here. Because that tab is being crazy over there. So you said, Fly said near can still run to $20, maybe more, but why FOMO now near less than $1? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like I know near's got it's got like a whole AI connection now and the video, whatever. But it's 7 billion market cap. If not, let me see. Let me pull it up real quick. And I'm not trying to flood. This channel is for making astronomical gains. We're not here for no short-term trades and no 10x's. Like you can get a secure 10x's, but for the most part, we're trying to get more than that. Yes, at $7.2 billion right now. Yes, actually, let me make a point here. So let's say this is the good and the bad. The good thing and the bad thing about Near is that most of the tokens are out in circulation because the circulating market cap is 7 billion and the fully diluted is 8 billion, which is not much of dilution. So because these bigger channels know that, they might pump it to you because they realize all the tokens out and it can move decently fast, right? But also remember, it's the fully diluted and circulating is so close because the project has been out a long time. That means all the tokens are vested out. Listen to me, y'all. All the tokens are vested out now, right? So the big influencers have all their tokens, which is why they're trying to pump the price of Near. I don't think it has to do anything with AI integration or NVIDIA or any of that stuff. Render partner, like it has nothing to do with that. That means all of them have their vested tokens now. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people getting pre-sales and private sales and have vested tokens, but what I'm trying to tell you is what's going on. Now that they have almost all the tokens, they're like, all right, let me pump this price up real quick. I'm not saying it will, but Near could very well pump up 3x from here and then dump because they're moving on to the newer projects. I'm not saying it will, but I'm just trying to let you know the game that's being played. They have all their tokens now because most of the tokens are vested out. So they're about to pump the price so they can get some gains on it and probably put it into other projects. So don't fall for the games, y'all. Y'all here early enough to make astronomical gains. So get in the projects that can give you that. Don't fall for all this Nears having AI and NVIDIA and render and all that stuff, man. Yes, you're going to see it pump. You're like, I thought he was wrong because it pumped 20, 50%. Like, what, 20, 50%? Come on, y'all. Like, we trying to get 50x, not 50%. Fly 75 said modular move for me, Dementia, Tia, G Swift, pick a narrative and learn the hell out of it. I'm trying to tell you,
Man, I feel like I'm smarter than a lot of people in the space, but I don't have to be smart. I don't care about being smart. I care about making money. So you're right. Find a narrative that you believe in and stick to that mug. Like Fly 75 said, theirs is modular. So I have gaming, I have modular. And so a lot of people are like, oh, he's not smart because he's just doing gaming. That's any noob can know that. Say it again. Any noob can know that. Say it again. Any noob can do that. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to be in. The thing that any noob can understand. I don't have to like I did this whole like I said I did the whole video about I did a video about Celestia early when it was at $2. I did a video about Connects Network. So like I said, a lot of people came to my channel because they're like, hey, you're smart, dude. Like you know this stuff. I don't need those compliments. I don't care about y'all thinking I'm smart. I'm here to make money. That's all I'm here for. So I got in Celestia early, yeah, because I'm smart and I understand what it did. Got in Connects, yeah, because I'm smart and I understand what it did. But for the other plays, I don't need every smart play. I don't need that. I need gaming. I need AI. I need the stuff that retail can understand. So yeah, that's definitely my bag too. Tia G Swift. I didn't get a dimension. I probably still should have picked some up for airdrops, but I try not to chase airdrops. I think I'm doing pretty good with my Tia airdrops, my Celestia airdrops. So, but yeah, those are good. Dimension, Tia, and G Swift. Definitely good projects. Shay Rock said, "Hit the like, guys." Oh yeah, I forget to tell you guys that. Yeah, it's a lot, decent amount of you guys. Oh, come on, y'all. I try not to do that, but yeah, man, it's like 40 of y'all in. I think I got 14 likes on here. Come on, y'all. Please, hit the like button. Get the content out there. I'm not the biggest on growing the channel, but I do want, to get the right people in here, people that need the help. So yeah. Fly 75 said that's why I don't touch ETH. It cost me $10 to send less than $75. Yeah, man. You got to know like your portfolio size definitely matters too. Like you don't want to be if you got a listen, and there's nothing wrong with this, y'all. If you got $1,000 and a $2,000 portfolio or something like that, you don't want to be in a bag full of ETH plays because you got to trade out of those. You know what I mean? So yeah, get it. You got some good Arbitrum plays. You got some good Polygon plays. Get some good Solana plays. Um, if we have a smaller portfolio, you probably only want one or two ETH fees. ETH plays. Some people don't want any at all, and I can't knock them for that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Jacob said, "Did you say that right, Jacob? Grass? I'm not. Is that a project? I don't know what's going on with this stuff today. It keeps trying to give me these little warnings or whatever." Oh man, I just saw what people are looking up. Oh man, you better be joking about that. I'm not touching that. um why she said not letting that it's cold. I don't know why it's so cold outside. My heater keeps coming on. Not letting that 1.65x on my portfolio excite me. But it still feels good to see. Can we get to at least 7x first? Yeah. Hope I don't go crazy at that 50x. I'm gonna tell y'all, I got us on the truth. I do try to keep you guys conservative in the right mindset on the channel so you don't get too crazy. Like I'm always shooting for. Let me get this off the screen. Why is that on the screen? I'm sorry, y'all. But I like I said, my minimum I started to get a little feel goods around 8x or whatever. Even to be honest, I hate to say it this way, but almost sometimes 20x don't even phase me. I'm just like, okay, cool, that's cool. That just means we headed in the right direction, and let's move on to the next. Let's get to the 50x or whatever. But we can't be too greedy. Um, Chuckman said that sound quality just 50x. I don't know what was going on, man. I have no idea. Listen, now it won't let me pull up my windows. It's trying to be crazy, man. Everything being crazy today. Let me go back over here. If I do want to pull that up, but let me. But yeah, I talked about the gaming conference already. Nindo said, "Yo, what's up, man?" Crypto Chick said, "What are your thoughts on base ecosystem, um, Aerodrome and Brett meme coin?" I don't mess with the meme coins. I always say that Brett is one of those like it's a meme from the past, and a lot of people try to make a different Brett. So you can no telling which one is a scam. But Arrow's decent. Yeah. I mean, pretty good. I think Base doesn't have a lot in its ecosystem anyway. So just like Fly was saying, with they study modularity. If you want to start studying that ecosystem, maybe you can find some good stuff. I don't know how low the market caps will launch, but yes, that's a good project. I would say that. Cayuse. Okay, I will remember that. Cayuse. Thank you for putting that. Cayuse. Okay, I'm trying to make sure the comments are lining up here at the same. Look at that. It won't even let me put this in the comments if anybody is looking for it. So if you want to get a pay, and listen, I think a lot of people were shocked or whatever, and they were kind of scared about the Patreon. If you get into Patreon now, you'll be grandfathered in at this price. And I tell people all the time, I don't try to, I'm gonna get back to the comments, but I don't try to do this to make people FOMO into the Patreon or to make money or whatever. I just feel like there's value for the information I have. And the market is about to move so fast. There's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of people coming in, and I'm surprised I went as long at this price as I did. But I've been telling people I'm going to raise the price. And just to let you know, I haven't looked at it today, but I believe there's only 11 more spots in this price that the Patreon is at now. And like I say all the time, and I'll say it verbally because maybe when I wrote it on the Patreon, it sounded aggressive. But seriously, there won't be any like, hey man, I was one of the day one people on the channel, and I've been following you since day one. I'm not going to change the price because the price is already dirt low. Even now that I've doubled the price, I feel like it's dirt low for the information you get in the Patreon. So if you want to get into Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. For some reason, it's not letting me pull it up right now. I don't know what's going on. Listen, I built this computer fast, so I don't know. Something's going on with the connection today. And that's why the sound was probably having a problem. But yeah, if you want to get into Patreon, seriously, like I think there's 10 to maybe 11 spots left in there. And after those are filled up, it's literally not going back to the price. There will be no discounts. There will be none of that. And if you want to get the lifetime membership too at this price, you can go ahead and do that, because after this, the price is doubled for monthly, and the price is also doubled for lifetime as well. So yeah, I mean that's do with that as as you want or whatever. Dre said, I bought in a Dex check at 4 cents. It looks like it's doing well. It's cool. Dex check is not one of those ones I want to get to because I guess it's supposed to be. I mean, it's not the most bullish narrative, but I mean, I'm kudos to anybody who made money with it, but it's not something I really care to get into. I would say, that's one of the projects too that I saw a lot of people shilling in the beginning, and then they told their group. It's funny you said that. I don't know if you thought I wasn't talking about that one, but that's one of the projects I saw everybody telling their groups to FOMO in when it came out, and then they told them to sell it because they didn't have conviction in it. Which, I'm to be honest, something like DexCheck I couldn't have conviction in. But it looked like it's done pretty well. But yeah, that was one of the projects I saw like 4 Patrons like, all right, we're selling it now, and I think it's done some numbers since then. So I mean, congratulations to you. If you make gains with that though. Crypto Chick said you bought into what? Izzy said, "Yo, Zo, it's 66 cents a good entry for G Swift. Did it go back there? If I'm gonna probably have to pull this up on my phone. I don't know why my computer's bugging today. Let me look it up here. Sorry, I can't get it on the stream, but if it is, I think oh, it's already going back up. See, yeah, that's definitely a good area still, because I mean it's like a 42 million market, 43 million market cap. I still think that's a good entry. I think a lot of people are going to start talking about G Swift later, as far as influencers and other people, because there's really no project in the space that does what it does. As far as the whole modularity and working with Layer Zero and ZK Sync and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean you have IMX. For IMX is much bigger. They have some of the things that G Swift does, but not all of the things. Like they don't have all the things G Swift has. So I think G Swift is still going to do well. And the 60 cents even the 69 cents is still pretty good entry. Is on track for Q2 launch. Jacob said, "Oh, they pushed it up, didn't they? Because I'm pretty sure. I want to put money on it that they had a later launch than that, Jacob. I'm pretty sure, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna say it again, so y'all know in the Patreon. If I'm not, I can't respond to everybody. Sometimes y'all don't realize I have like 15 people DMing me, so I got to answer all those first and then get back to the main group or whatever. But that's the stuff I've been looking at. I feel like I know for a fact that project was launching like later in the year, and then they're one of the projects that are pushing it up when they're launching. So yeah, Jacob, there's a lot of work to be done. So it's no longer where you can take your time to like research projects and stuff. This stuff is fast, man. It's really fast. And I'm gonna say it again. I know. Listen, a lot of y'all are used to Patrons that give y'all a lot of fluff and all these extra features and stuff that y'all think are cool, but it ain't nothing but trash and nothing but a distraction, because they're not doing the research to find the good picks, and they're not doing research. They just sitting there like, look, today we have lollipops for free. Oh, I don't need all that. Even I know we did the VIP stream the other day. I think it was good. I think it went well and it helped people. But even that stuff could be fluff sometimes. Like I need to be researching. I need to be finding out, oh shoot, this project that is good and still is launching at a lower market cap, like I had to do the last 2 weeks or whatever. It's like, what if I was just in there just shooting the wind with y'all, or what they say, y'all know what I'm saying. If I'm just in there powwowing with y'all, I'm having good conversation, like, yeah, we're a family. Look at us, we're having fun and telling jokes and stuff. I would have missed out that 2 projects were launching much earlier than I thought they were, and we would have missed those projects at a good entry. So that's what I'm spending my time doing, like, because yeah, I'm gonna go back and check my notes, but I know for a fact it wasn't Q2 when they were launching. I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they pushed up the launch because everybody's afraid that the cycles are moving faster. Anyway, J5 said, not reading my comment. Whoa, what you mean not reading your comments? Sir, it's a lot of comments here. There's a lot of comments. I just started reading the comments. Let me look. Nope, this is the first time I'm seeing your comment. Or if you, I'm gonna say this. Jay, if you, let me get back down to, now I gotta get back down to your comment. I had to scroll up. J5, if you did ask a comment, I don't know, maybe one of the moderators deleted it because I don't know what you asked, but maybe you try to ask again. I don't know. Let me see if my moderator said anything. I don't know, man. But this is the first comment I'm seeing from you is not reading my comment. Why? That's the first. I'm gonna look back one more time out of courtesy. That I'm looking on the streaming software and I'm looking. Yeah, my friend. That is the first comment I've seen from you. So let's get back. I still went over an hour. I swear I was going to stay on an hour today. Cryptoberg said, so it turns out cash was not king this year. Bitcoin is the king this year. Yeah, man. Cryptoberg, that's funny. Yeah, man. People gonna find out. They're gonna find out. They're gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're gonna know. Jacob said, they have I don't know what that is. I feel, am I missing out on something tomorrow? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up and see what that is. Jacob. Only thing I saw was a crazy looking meme coin. So we'll see. Bro, just check Gari Network is pumping very hard. I'll tell you, man, I don't care. I don't like Shingari. And I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it's a low market cap, and it's like it was a lot of influences behind it. I'm gonna pull it up and see what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a low market cap. So I don't know about pumping like crazy. Sir, that's not pumping like crazy. That's barely a pump. It is down 10%. Were you just saying that so I can say the name on stream? Or are you being funny? You probably, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. That's not, it's down 10%. That is not a pump. It is doing horribly, as it should. I know y'all keep saying it's backed by Solana. I don't think you've been around long as I have, and you don't know all the trash behind Shingari. I would not advise anybody to test Shingari. Like I said, I don't really care how it moves. Who is backed by, I don't care. I love Solana, but I don't care who is backed by. Yeah, I mean, you can do it if you want to. You can do it if you want to, but I can't tell you how it'll end. Oh, let me say this too, because that's what I be saying on the channel. I be saying a lot of times about, some projects that I say they're made up projects and a lot of people but they're pumping, right? And so you can get 8 right, but if you get that one wrong, you're gonna feel crazy. And I see a lot of people getting into that situation lately. And so, like I said, right now it might sound like the stuff I'm talking about is boring or whatever, or whatever is just my point of view. But I'm trying to tell you it's not, guys. So I don't know what the streaming software is really acting up, but it's good you guys have been hearing me. So I don't know what's going on today. I'm gonna try to revisit this. I promise you, I'll do the best I can to to have the stream together and everything, the batteries and everything plugged up. But sometimes you have technical difficulties, and lately for me it's been a lot. But listen, guys, like I said, if you want to get into Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. We have about 10 more slots at this price point, and it's gonna be double after that. And it's, yeah, you're gonna feel, well, it's not fair because they got in that price and I got in this price. It's still cheap, man. It's still much cheaper than a lot of people's Patreons that I see that don't know even 20% of what I know. And I'm not saying that to be petty, but it's true. So get into Patreon if you want to get into, and like I say, even if you get into Patreon and you leave, you will have to come back and pay the regular price. You won't be able to say like, oh man, but I was in Patreon before. Like it's just gonna be like that because things are getting too busy, and I'm being very vulnerable on stream or straightforward. Like I'm a little stressed too because stuff is launching faster. It's so much more to keep up with. It's a lot going on, so it's a lot of my time, a lot of brain power. So then people are going to be asking more questions. I see a lot of questions in the Patreon already that I got to answer as soon as I get off here. So if you want to get into Patreon in those last 10 slots at this price point, go ahead and get into Patreon, patreon.com/cryptozo, and I will see you guys